Are the machines we're building actually starting to think for themselves, or are we simply getting better at faking it? If you've ever interacted with a modern chatbot, you know exactly how convincing the illusion is. You ask it a question, and it responds with nuance, creativity, and what often feels like empathy. But behind that conversational fluency, there is no digital brain. There is no mind. Instead, there is highly structured mathematics. As humans, we have a hardwired psychological habit. When something speaks to us smoothly, we project intent and awareness onto it. We assume a system possesses a soul simply because it arranges words well. What feels like a magical, empathetic entity across the screen is actually a machine churning through complex equations. To understand how that works, we have to look inside the black box. Before an artificial intelligence can do anything at all, it faces a major hurdle. It cannot experience reality. It cannot hear a voice, see a photograph, or read a book. Everything must first be converted into raw numbers. This page outlines that conversion. Reality becomes numbers grouped into vectors, ordered lists plotted in mathematical space. This exercise shows how vectors transform. AI doesn't know what animals are. It just computes that dog and cat vectors sit close together. Similarity is strictly distance. The system never actually understands the meaning of the words it generates. It relies entirely on the numerical proximity between those ideas. Think about a cook tasting a new soup. The first attempt is too salty. The cook recognizes the mistake, adjusts the recipe, adds water, and tries again. A machine follows a nearly identical cycle. It makes a blind prediction, compares that prediction against the correct answer in its training data, and then measures the exact size of its mistake. In AI, a measured mistake is called loss. The system uses gradients, mathematical slopes pointing toward the precise internal adjustment needed. The opposite page shows deep learning is simply this exact cycle of measuring error and adjusting, happening millions of times across massive data sets. The machine is not learning in any conscious human sense. It is executing a relentless, blind optimization loop designed to minimize its mistakes. If a model is strictly a pattern-matching math engine, where does the actual intelligence belong? A common mistake involves treating the AI as an autonomous authority, positioning the model as the final decision-maker, and letting it determine outcomes without oversight. The true intelligence belongs in the workflow. The AI model should never be the hero. It is simply one single node, a capable, specialized worker, nested inside a carefully designed, human-governed system. Machines provide calculation, pattern recognition, and remarkable speed, but they cannot experience consequence. They cannot bear the moral, financial, or practical weight of a bad decision. Delegating blind trust to a machine is a failure of design. Humans must retain ultimate judgment because responsibility is the one thing that cannot be automated. We have to stop looking at fluent paragraphs generated by an app and seeing magic. There is no hidden consciousness waiting to wake up inside the server. These systems have an incredible capacity to generate answers at scale, but humans hold the exclusive power to determine which questions actually matter. Using this technology safely requires what we call the slow mind, the deliberate, careful application of human context and boundaries before the machine is ever allowed to act. While mathematical complexity powers the generation of answers, human accountability provides the only reliable foundation for using them.